approximately 2:30. Let me double check. Not that I really meant 2:42. I'm at the store. I've already had an eventful day. I started the morning out with my arm workout. Funny thing happened. I was supposed to load 35 pounds onto my barbell, but I guess my head wasn't in it, and I put 45 and was unaware of the mistake. I knew what I was doing, I just didn't realize the number on the barbell didn't jive with the number in my book. And I realized it second set in, but I figured Steve the teacher doesn't go horizontal. Steve the teacher goes vertical. So rather than do a second set at the same weight, just catch up with myself, I kept going. So by the time I was done, I outdid my personal best by 10 pounds. And when I say personal best, I mean this phase of my workout. Home gym, just got back into the free weights after 3 months of resistance bands. So, so each week, every exercise is a personal best by this categorization by this method. How's that? Everything else was pretty much uneventful. I saw a little bit of frayed rubber coating on my pull down extension, my pull down attachment rather, excuse me. And I just tend to be a worrier, so I started reimagining how I would do all my exercises if this cable snapped. But it's just the outer coating, and even if it did eventually wear away, there's still steel underneath it, so I'm not too concerned. And I could always go back to the store that I got it from, albeit it's a hardware store and they don't have a lot of this equipment, but they would know who to ask, I would hope, to replace it. But in my head, I've already rethought my tricep routine, what I would do if it snapped. So I have enough experience where I can figure those things out. And as I stated in my recent blog, that I am not a genius by any stretch of the imagination. A, I have a lot of experience, and B, when I get desperate, I come up with ideas that will work. Not the greatest ideas, but ideas that are acceptable and allow me to do what I need to do. That's how I'm able to come up with so many modifications on my exercises. Yeah, I've got to analyze what I have and figure out how I could change it for the better. So after that, I trained my good friend and my client Carl virtually. I was training him when we were both in China. Then when I went to Cambodia and he was in China, the training continued. Then I went to the Philippines and I still trained him from China, and now he's in Cambodia. So we've kind of like followed each other around. I always enjoy our sessions. We talk about workout videos and theories, but we don't really talk that much about his specific workouts unless I see a flaw in a technique. It's a very light mood. We share jokes and interesting stories, so that's exciting. My new V pull-down handle arrived today. We had ordered it online, my wife and myself, and it's a lot heavier than I expected. I've never felt any kind of handle, even those big longer ones, that was that heavy. So I'm going to take that as a good sign, saying that it was built well, because I'm trying to be positive about things. I'm at the store right now. I was speaking to a fitness equipment supplier in China. We discussed the possibilities of collaborating on the Middle Kingdom Fitness Network. He wants to watch some of my YouTube videos, because part of the package would be I would make videos for him. And he asked for the link, which I gave to him, of course, but first I had to provide a little disclaimer, and that is that I really haven't been putting the production qualities into my videos since I got here in the Philippines. just more fun stuff than anything else. But business is business. I do have the skills to make a nice looking video, professional looking. And the beauty is that if there are things that I can't do, I have at least 5 or 6 friends who have better video skills than I do, better editing and post-production skills. And they would be able to make anything look like a professional commercial. So I'm not worried about that. I just want the prospective collaborator, customer, partner, probably that's the best word, to realize that when he's watching the videos. I have a couple hours left in the store. I've been watching wrestling videos on YouTube. I'm probably going to start watching The Irishman. It's a Robert De Niro mob movie. I think it was made straight to Netflix, but I could be wrong. It's a very good movie. Joe Pesci's in it. Everyone in it you've seen in either Sopranos, Boardwalk Empire, Goodfellas, every single one. You know how it is. Boy, was that racist or what? Didn't mean it, sorry. The funny thing about that movie is that Robert De Niro is supposed to be this tough guy, but he's pretty old. And when he's throwing kicks, it doesn't look realistic at all. And then when he had to throw the gun into the Schuylkill River in Philadelphia. Allow me to stand up and show you. His windup was kind of like that. That's how he threw it. And I'm like, this is just not believable that if you threw a gun with that kind of range of motion, you'd be able to see it from the bank. So it doesn't make any sense to me. But I mean, even in Goodfellas, when he was kicking Billy Bats, he's not a good fighter or a good professional wrestler. I'm supposed to have my first online session with a teenage student in China who wants to improve his English. This was arranged by his father last week. This is the night we're supposed to start, but I haven't heard any follow-up on it. I told the father what I would like to do, at least for the first session or two, is get to know the student, learn his likes, his interests, and then craft my lessons based on what he enjoys. But like some Chinese parents, they tend to be a little strict and rigid with their children's education. So he said he wanted his son to read the classics with me online, which doesn't sound interesting. I'm not going to lie to you, that he's going to read and then I'm just going to listen and correct as we go along. Kind of weird, but the father said that he would send me books. I don't know if he meant online or have them shipped to me so that we would have the same books. And I haven't heard anything. It's supposed to be at 9:30 tonight, but which is, believe it or not, kind of late for me these days. I'm usually in the shower at that point. Of course, I would make an exception for a student, but I don't really know what we're going to do, if we're going to even meet. What I figured is my standard poem that I've been teaching for on and off for 30 years, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. It's relatively short. I'm trying to expand my fitness network. We've got businesses here. We're thinking about a property purchase. So a lot going on. I'll keep you updated.